Hello everyone. What I'm about to tell you is so messy, irreverent, and jaw-dropping that it might potentially bring down the internet once more. So I hope you're paying attention, Rema. She's plunging, not simply trending, and that's why Claressa Shields smiled as she stated on television that she intends to conceive with Papoose. A baby, indeed. With the same Papoose, who is still Rema's legal spouse, married, not divorced, not separated. How did we get here, everyone? This isn't another triangle of celebrity love, this is motherhood masquerading as war. Claressa made no indication, she didn't make fun of it. Like she was announcing a championship bout. She sent it out loud and boldly. Rumor has it that Remy had an emotional breakdown and broke. Have faith. Broken glass, shattered, and let's face it. It's not a lie when a woman loses her partner and finds out that the spotlight queen, who was once a side chick, is expecting a child. That's a critique of her whole life because the story is complex, filthy, and brimming with drama. Don't go anywhere. Let's begin, according to Claressa Shields. Taking a man isn't enough these days, so or just when we thought the Remy Ma Papoose Claressa love triangle was at its height, she said, "Wait, hold my mic. You must now establish roots, leave a legacy, and launch a direct nuclear bomb into the ex-wife's heart by announcing the baby. For the sake of the lost souls in the back, let's turn back now. We're discussing Remy Ma, the legendary rap artist, Bronze royalty, and the ride-or-die wife that supported Papoose during his heyday, his downturn, and indeed, even behind the walls of the present. They were the epitome of black love, complete with matching attire. People claimed that there was no hope left in the world if Remy and Papoose were unable to make it. They were objectives, left interstage. Claressa Shields, the unbeaten boxing champion and two-time Olympic gold winner, is now supposedly Remy's biggest fear. Claressa quickly evolved from being a shadowy supporting character to the major antagonist of their story, which began quietly with murmurs, whispers, and the odd dubious post. Claressa jumped in like the first round of a title fight. When Remy and Papoose's marriage encountered a snag, she arrived with lashes, a lace front, and a strategy instead of gloves. The pivotal event was Claressa's now famous birthday celebration. Yes, the same gathering at which Papoose surprised everyone by publicly asking her to marry him like Remy never took place. The internet almost blew up. People gasped, memes were present. Even articles concerning the demise of loyalty were included. Even though Remy remained silent, a source claimed that she was distraught. Rumor has it that she left the celebration early, just a few days ago. She wore a black sweatshirt and wore an expression. That said, I wish asterisk pitchwood she had no words or cosmetics. As if she hadn't just destroyed someone's decade-long marriage. Claressa is poised, calm, and drinking sparkling water as she sits down for an interview. Then, as if placing an order for dessert, she says, "Yes, we're planning to start a family." Ho, mech fall. Twice, the interviewer blinked, the internet froze when the cameraman coughed. A newborn, an entire child, and a Papoose. However, the marriage license still bears Remy's name officially. This was not merely audacious. It was nuclear. Claressa kept her romance a secret. She declared a change in bloodline. She isn't merely pursuing Remy's partner, she is stealing the future that Remy most likely envisioned, the headlines, the legacy, the family. Remember, this is the same Claressa who earlier advised followers to keep to themselves and focus on the company that pays them. On the other hand, she is honking twice as she drives the automobile directly through Remy's lane. However, it gets worse from here. Indeed, it's terrible. Remy had no idea this was going to happen. According to people close to the situation, by close, we mean nosy cousins with screenshot fingers. She was caught off guard by the family plans and the baby discussion. Before risking an appearance at a private gala, Remy reportedly isolated herself in her dressing room for hours because she was so horrified by the news, according to one source. Another claimed that after watching the video go popular on Twitter, she broke her phone. Speaking of Twitter, there was a social media breakdown. The hashtag or EI deserves better was trending globally within an hour of the interview's release. Reminiscences of Remy and Papoose betrothal, their visits to prison, and their years of devotion were being shared by fans for their marriages. People were essentially composing digital eulogies. She provided he has everything. Some tweets weren't so nice, but one said, and he gave her this. Claressa was defended by others who referred to her as a queen who is aware of her desires. Remy faltered and one person tweeted, "Why are y'all mad? She won." Another wrote, "Let's be real. If he were so in love, he wouldn't have left. Claressa is just doing what Remy couldn't. Congratulations," requested Papoose. Crickets. Total silence on the radio. Not even a reaction gif. Not a quote. Not a post. Some claim that he is avoiding the controversy by staying out of it. Some claim that he is keeping quiet since he is aware of his mistakes. Not good. We may be witnessing one of the most well-planned public betrayals in recent hip-hop history, if the rumors that this pregnancy plot has been in the works for some time are accurate. Let's talk about receipts now. As early as 3 months ago, Claressa was prepared to begin working with Papoose, according to a leaked chat thread between her and her boss. 3 months. That's correct, which also coincides with the time frame during which Remy and Papoose were purportedly secretly working on their marriage. Take a moment to process that. Remy was attempting to make things better. Papoose seemed to be caught between becoming a franchise starter and a family man. While Claressa was preparing to establish a family, the drama doesn't end there, though, as another insider claims that backstage friction has been building for months. This source is a former assistant who worked events for both Claressa and Remy. When Papoose began to skip studio sessions and turn off his location when traveling, the assistant says Remy realized something was wrong. The last straw was a receipt for a personalized baby charm necklace that was discovered in the glove box by mistake. It was purportedly for Claressa, not for Remy or their daughter. Mishap? Or was someone attempting to evade detection? And now that the baby plan has been officially disclosed, Remy's silence is becoming more and more noticeable. No dodgy subtweets, no response interview, no official statement, just silence. Remy is done being silent, though, based on the expression on her face outside that club last Friday, because this conflict is just getting started even though Claressa may have won the round. And this narrative took a turn for the worse precisely when we believed it couldn't. Because although Claressa's interview announcing her pregnancy served as a catalyst, a full-fledged firestorm ensued. Social media investigators set to work within a day of Claressa's video going viral. And this is what they found. Assume that there are timestamp-equipped receipts on the streets. First, an unidentified source revealed a screen capture of a private Claressa Instagram story that was purportedly screen captured by one of her close pals, who later changed into a snake but was never made public. Claressa is heard off-camera gambling in the video, and someone, possibly Papoose, says, "You better not let anyone know we're trying already." What is Claressa trying to do? Who is trying? We are all aware of what that implies. But wait, depending on who you're supporting, it either gets better or worse. Screenshots of a purported FaceTime conversation between two people were shared on a verified gossip website. Claressa and an upscale Miami baby store. When the store owner asks, "You're planning early, huh?" she is shown looking at cribs, inquiring about gender-neutral aesthetics and laughing. Her response is, "I like to be ready before the internet starts talking. It's too late." Remy Ma's team remained silent in the meantime, but not for long, as her publicist abruptly shared an enigmatic Instagram story. 5 terrifying words, a black screen, white text, no tags, and no background. You truly believed you had won. The internet went crazy like a Beyonce lyric. People began deciphering it. Was it dangerous? A foreshadowing of a diss tune? A warning? There were a lot of memes. The entire drama was being reenacted by TikTokers as though it were Shakespeare, and fan accounts began creating detailed chronologies, detailing Papoose's transformation from husband to hype guy. And a bomb was dropped just as the dust was beginning to settle, according to the websites. Papoose and an unidentified pal exchanged a leaked audio communication. "I'm in deep, bro. I thought I was doing the right thing. I didn't know she'd take it public like that. She is Claressa, the blobs went crazy." Papoose regrets that the baby drama trended on Twitter for 6 hours straight. YouTubers posted emergency live streams. Charlemagne even gave it a donkey of the day. The last straw was Remy Ma's sister, yes. Her real-life sister, who went live on Instagram for 23 minutes, stating stuff like, "Claressa was creeping for Montias. The live feed was unedited. For free and entirely smoke-filled, my sister woke up to baby talk," even though she knew she had attempted to keep her marriage intact. Papoose ought to feel embarrassed about himself. This is humiliation, not just contempt. While your wife is still wearing the ring you gave her, you don't publicly start a family with your rebound. That statement alone became merchandise, memes, ringtone audios, and even TikTok audio remixes. And maybe the most memorable part of the live performance. Remy isn't cracked, Ray's loading. Boom, mic drop, the responses were divided, loud, and emotional. Team Remy bombarded the internet with old pictures, heartfelt captions, and even petitions calling for protection for Black women in toxic industry relationships. Dramatic, yes, but effective too. Team Claressa responded by calling Remy resentful, out of date, and incapable of accepting that she was outplayed. One Twitter thread even read, "Papoose isn't property. If he moves on, that's his choice. Claressa didn't steal him, and he left." However, a third group appeared, dragged Papoose for filth, and they brought digital torches. Career freeloader. The biggest letdown in hip-hop and the male equivalent of Kris Jenner. One tweet went viral with 120 likes. Papoose wrote all those lines about loyalty only to fumble it for a gender reveal. Tragic. Now, everywhere you look, the story keeps changing from scandal to strategy and from betrayal to pity. And here's the unexpected twist: a stylist who worked with Claressa last week is saying that the baby plan announcement wasn't real. The stylist's anonymous tip to the Shea Clique claims that Claressa was never truly pregnant and isn't even actively trying yet. The stylist claims its PR, its leverage, was beginning to speak to him once more, and she had to stop that with something Remy couldn't resist: motherhood. Well, this isn't just about love, it's about power, control, and getting ahead of a story, even if it hasn't happened yet. Which brings us back to Remy, because she was seen at a recent industry dinner with her face beat, immaculately dressed, and her hair done like it was Grammy weekend. She didn't say anything, just gave a look that conveyed the message: you may think I'm down, but I'm not done. People are already making assumptions about the tall, well-dressed mystery man who was with her by daybreak. Social media was in a chokehold, and that's exactly where we'll pick up in part 3, because this fallout is just getting started. So, baby rumors, leaked audio, viral live streams, shady stylists, and a whole culture watching like it's the Super Bowl of betrayal. But this isn't just messy anymore. It's dangerous, because it's not just about broken hearts and bad decisions anymore. Is Remy rebounding? Is she planning something? Is she finally going to give her side of the story? Reputations, contracts, and lawsuits. Let's start with the legal angle, because, baby, Remy Ma is done playing the silent victim. According to multiple sources, Remy has consulted her legal team, and not just for divorce proceedings. We're talking about emotional distress, defamation, slander, and even an alleged restraining order request. This is because, allegedly, Remy's legal team is claiming that Claressa's recent media appearances were planned to cause a public outburst, a move that could affect Remy's brand deals, endorsements, and professional image. If you think that sounds dramatic, you haven't seen the documents. A legal letter from Leap hit the blogs, purportedly written by Remy's lawyer, stating that Claressa made deliberate public statements intended to harm the lawful spouse's emotional well-being, and that sentence alone sent Twitter into a tailspin. However, while Remy was meeting with lawyers, Claressa was booking brand deals. Yes, you read correctly. After her baby announcement went viral, Claressa reportedly signed 3 new brand deals: a reality TV development deal titled Fighter, Fionn, Future Mom, The Audacity, and Astronomical, a wellness brand offering prenatal vitamins, and a baby clothing line looking to work on a boxing mom campaign. However, Carnival lost quickly in Hollywood, because the day after the announcement, 2 of Claressa's longtime sponsors, a luxury fashion brand and a sports drink company, both of which removed her name from their official press kits. This was allegedly because corporate didn't want to get involved in the kind of scandal that ends up on every shaved blog in the world. However, behind the scenes, the hip-hop community is picking sides and getting political. According to reports, Fat Joe completely cut off communication with Papoose, writing in a since-deleted tweet, "Some men don't deserve who rides for them." This is in contrast to the public's strong sympathy for Remy Ma, who, let's not forget, built her legacy from prison bars to Billboard charts with raw talent and ride-or-die loyalty. And in an unexpected twist, Cardi B allegedly reached out to Remy privately, offering support and telling her to stay solid because real wins don't need to be rushed. But not everyone's team Remy. A few female rappers have spoken up in Claressa's defense, claiming that she's being unfairly vilified for wanting a future with someone she loves. One underground artist even tweeted, "You defending Remy as if she hadn't engaged in easy, dirty behavior the previous year. Allow Claressa to be content. Woo, then, as if the cherry on top of a toxic cake." A private email exchange purportedly between a producer at a major TV network and Remy's manager about a tell-all series finally leaked online. The title of the emails revealed Remy's story. The project would include sit-down interviews, exclusive footage, and even moments from the day she learned of the baby's news. The emails also mentioned a full emotional arc, redemption through resiliency, and the possibility of a follow-up music project. And guess who might be executive producing it? You guessed it, Remy's sister, the same one that went live last week. Oh, he finally spoke up. Following days of silence, Papoose shared a black and white selfie with the remark, "Growth hurts. Both are required, but truth is unsightly. A war zone," the remark said. Half the fans called him brave, the other half dragged him through the digital mud with memes, clown emojis, and comparisons to Tristan Thompson. But the real twist is that Remy unfollowed him, and not just on Instagram. In real life, sources say Remy has officially moved out of their shared home and relocated to a luxury apartment in Lower Manhattan. The same source claims she told friends, It's not about revenge anymore. It has to do with peace. I have nothing else to offer him. Additionally, Claressa continues to post. Her most recent post featured a boomerang of her and her Papoose clinking glasses with the phrase, "Building ours unbothered." It appeared as if nothing had happened. And yet that smile looks a little forced. The hand placement is not as tight because even when you win the man, you still have to live with the mess. Now the culture is asking, was this a power move or a PR disaster? Claressa accelerated her own backlash, or did she win? One thing is certain, this wasn't just a scandal. It was a collapse, a takedown, and a front row seat to the disintegration of a love story that once served as a model for Black love and hip-hop. Will Remy emerge from this with the documentaries and a platinum record? More importantly, is Papoose still the king of loyalty or the biggest fraud hip-hop has ever produced? And all it took was one woman, one ring, and one baby plan. Too many. So, now that the ring has been stolen, the tea has been spilled, and the baby rumors are public, we're left wondering, who really won here? Is it Claressa, who is allegedly glowing, smirking, and choosing baby names with a man who may or may not still be legally married? Or is it Remy Ma, who is emotionally broken but secretly planning something bigger with an industry comeback that could turn her suffering into platinum? Or are the gossip blogs the only true victor? Let's be honest, we're not just watching a scandal, we're watching a strategic collapse, a brand war, and possibly even the trailer for the most toxic reality show next year. We're reading every key, so please share your thoughts in the comments below. If you want more exclusive scoops, leaked footage breakdowns, and viral drama hotter than Remy's missing engagement ring, you already know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe. Should Remy get the last word in a full diss track or just move in silence and collect checks? Should Claressa be praised for pursuing her goals or chastised for ending what was left of a marriage?